Hello everyone, my name is Russell Wright. I'm the co-inventor of Network Empire, and I've got a lot of questions about my one-click trick that I use to quickly view my YouTube analytics. Many of you already know that YouTube has amazing new analytics that have been provided by Google, which owns YouTube. Hopefully you know that YouTube is owned by Google. I've got plenty of questions from private networkempire.com members and local leads, our local leads course called localleadsempire.com, and some of our video courses as well. For a demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and show you this video. It's called Build Your Personal Brand Broadcasting Network. Here comes everybody. And as you learn in our title and headline writing course, this is a headline that is really not a super intriguing one, but you always have to consider the source of where you're embedding your video. And hopefully you already know how to embed a YouTube video. This video is embedded in a video sales letter located on a page called networkempire.com, which you can see in the browser. So context is everything. You have to remember where the video is placed. But for the purposes of this demonstration, just go, you can see that this video has only been seen 1,869 times, which is fine. What you want to do is click on Show Video Statistics. And as I hover over that, you can read that it says Show Video Statistics. Click on that, and you're going to have a drop-down menu. Okay, let's go ahead and roll up. The first thing that you're going to see is 1,869 views broken over a timeline all the way up to October 12th. And there's always a lag time. They don't have up-to-date statistics. I think they're usually dragging anywhere from 5 to 7 days behind. Okay, this is actually showing this is updated within a day, so I'm not correct about that. This technology is getting much better, so it's only a day behind. Today is October 22nd, 2012. Okay, it shows you where it's embedded, and I do have a quick glance at that, but what I'm mostly interested in, okay, is a quick view of the top demographics. Okay, almost all of the audience appears to be men, but again, I feel like YouTube's accuracy on what the sex is of your viewer is very low. But here's what I am interested in. What you want to do is click over View More Statistics, okay, which is available once you pop down that menu. And then you're going to go into the really interesting stuff. I don't really spend a lot of time viewing this. Okay. I might have a quick glance at the estimated watch time. That's more of a novelty. Okay, you can see the views going up, but then you're going to want to click Audience Retention. Once you click on Audience Retention, you're going to see this spark line. And you're going to see the audience retention almost inevitably, let me pause that. You're going to see it almost inevitably reduce down to less and less. This is typical of any video, so don't lose heart if you have a spark that's waning, all videos waning. You have a high retention at the top, and unless you have something incredibly intriguing, you're not going to see it flatline across. But what's interesting is relative audience retention. If you've categorized this video in the proper location, it's going to give you a comparative analysis of above and below average. Okay, so the relative audience is comparing your view throughout essentially when people stop viewing it. Relative audience retention average. Okay, you can see that I've stayed average, but you've got an above average rate compared to other videos in this field, okay? And then as it tapers off towards the end of it, I have an average rate. But it's really good when you see an average to above average in retention. That means that 8 minutes, you can see here, 8 minutes into the video, the retention was average, okay? 14 minutes into the video, the retention rate was above average. What this is really saying is that the number of people that watch this video all the way through is above average at 14 minutes. Okay? So what you really want to consider when looking at your interest is, do you have people taper off at a certain point? Okay, when you go back to the absolute retention rate, if you have a spike that starts here and crashes down to almost below average, that means that you have really bored your audience. You're not keeping people. And a lot of that is based on the context of your visitor. For example, remember that this is not that much to brag about. You can see that I have above average retention and between average and above average. Well, hopefully I've been targeting traffic to this site that is interested in my product or service. If I haven't, you're going to see people maybe watch the first 2 or 3 minutes of it, and then you're going to see a below average contextual relative to the rest of the industry. Okay, so that's really important to recognize. Now, there's a lot of other really important statistics that come with this, but this is probably the most important thing you could ever see, is where are you losing people? Paid hosting, video hosting services like Wistia and the rest are charging you huge amounts of money to provide you with similar data that essentially YouTube is giving you for free. Now, that's not to say that Wistia and other services don't provide you with amazing things. It's just that don't have that be the reason that you pay $200 a month for unlimited videos. It's got to be something else, like their newsletters and emails. You can also see which countries you're getting traffic from, which is really great, and who's retentive. Okay, Hong Kong, these types of things. United States, average duration, 5 minutes. Sometimes I have found that you have countries that are watching 100% all the way through, and that's really interesting, like Finland and Malaysia. Okay, so these are the things that you want to consider when looking at the YouTube video analytics. And again, to be clear, when you're on a regular video, step one, click on the show video statistics. Step 2, once you're there, is view more statistics. Step 3 is to click on audience retention. Step 4 is to view your absolute audience retention. Go ahead and pause that. Step 5 is to look at your relative audience retention to get an idea of whether you're meeting or exceeding industry interest and standard. Hope this makes sense. Thank you.